All right, ladies, let's get real. How many times have you scrolled through Instagram
Yeah,
and felt like everyone else is living their best life
right.
while you're stuck in the daily grind? It's
Wow.
like this constant pressure to do more, be more,
Oh, yeah,
have more.
totally.
But what if I told you there's a whole other way to experience life?
Mm-hmm.
One where beauty isn't just a filter
Right.
and time isn't always the enemy. Today we're diving deep into actually life is beautiful and I have time.
I love that.
A piece that really challenges our go-go-go mentality.
Definitely.
What's fascinating is that this feeling of being rushed and overwhelmed
Yeah.
might not actually be about our packed schedules.
Yeah.
It could be more about how we perceive time itself.
Whoa. Okay.
Time perception. Is this some
Yeah.
kind of matrix situation? Seriously, though,
Yeah.
the piece suggests that our brain plays a huge role in how we experience time
Right.
and even beauty.
Absolutely.
So tell me about that.
Think about it. You see a breathtaking sunset.
Yeah.
Your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter.
It's like a reward.
It's like your brain is giving you a reward for noticing beauty.
That's so cool.
And get this, the more we actively seek out these moments of beauty,
yeah.
the more our brain becomes wired to find them.
So it's like we can train our brains to be more appreciative.
Exactly.
Sign me up. Does this mean I can finally convince my brain to find doing laundry beautiful? Just kidding.
Uh-huh.
But seriously,
Yeah.
this whole beauty is in the brain thing makes you realize how much power we have over our own happiness.
It really does.
I think it's so interesting because
Yeah.
we often think of beauty as something external,
Right.
something we have to chase or acquire.
Yeah.
But what if it's actually an internal state,
Hmm.
a way of perceiving the world?
Right.
Okay, mind blown.
Yeah.
But let's get back to this time warp thing.
Okay.
The piece mentions research from the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology.
Yes.
That shows how we can actually trick our brains into thinking we have more time.
Spill the tea. How do we do it?
Well, the research focuses on focus,
Okay.
how we direct our attention.
I can see that.
They found that multitasking,
Yeah.
while it seems efficient,
Uh-huh.
actually makes us feel more stressed and rushed
Really?
because our brain is constantly switching gears.
Oh, so that's why I feel so crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm trying to do a million things at once.
Right.
But when we dedicate blocks of time to specific activities, especially those we truly enjoy,
Yes.
our perception of time shifts.
Interesting.
So instead of trying to conquer my to-do list all at once,
Yeah.
like a crazy person,
Right.
I should be more strategic, like a boss babe.
Exactly.
I'm all about that life hack.
It's about aligning your actions with your values.
Mm-hmm.
When you're genuinely engaged in something that matters to you,
Yeah.
time becomes less of a constraint
Right.
and more of a resource.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all ties together.
Good.
Beauty, time.
It's all connected. It's all connected to how we choose to experience the world.
I love that.
But there's another element the piece brings up that I think is so important for us ladies.
Okay, what's that?
Nature.
Oh, of course.
We all know a walk in the park can do wonders.
Right.
But is there actual science behind it?
There is.
Tell me more.
A study published in Nature Neuroscience found that spending just 20 minutes in nature
Okay.
significantly reduces cortisol levels,
Cortisol, that's the stress hormone.
the stress hormone.
And let's be honest.
Yeah,
We could all use a little less cortisol in our lives.
definitely.
Seriously, between work deadlines, relationship drama,
Oh, I know.
and trying to look like we have our lives together on social media.
It's a lot.
It's no wonder we're stressed out.
Right.
But if a little nature time can help,
Yeah,
I'm all in.
great.
I'm picturing myself sipping a matcha latte by a lake,
Sounds nice.
listening to the birds.
It doesn't have to be that elaborate.
Right?
Even just stepping outside during your lunch break,
Yeah.
feeling the sun on your face,
Mhm.
or listening to the leaves rustle in the wind.
Those are all good.
Those small moments can have a huge impact on your mood and well-being.
It's like hitting the reset button on your system
I like that.
without even having to unplug from the wifey.
Right.
I love it. Okay, we've covered beauty,
Right.
time, and nature.
Yes.
Now let's get a little controversial.
Ooh, okay.
The piece argues that modern life, with all its technology and distractions,
I see where you're going with this.
might actually be hindering our ability to experience awe.
Interesting point.
And there's actually research that backs that up.
Really?
Yeah, research in emotion has shown that experiencing awe,
Like that feeling of wonder?
a feeling of wonder and amazement,
Yes.
we get when we witness something vast and mysterious,
Right.
can actually decrease our self-focus
That makes sense.
and increase life satisfaction.
So we're too focused on ourselves these days.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that constantly checking my phone and comparing myself to influencers
Yeah.
is actually making me less happy?
It could be.
No way.
Yeah.
I need to hear more about this awe thing.
Okay, so awe has this incredible power
Yeah.
to shift our perspective and make us feel connected to something larger than ourselves.
Sounds like that.
But if we're constantly bombarded with information and distractions,
Right.
we may not even notice those awe-inspiring moments around us.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense?
Okay, that's a serious wake-up call.
Yeah.
We're so busy documenting our lives for Instagram
Right?
that we might be missing out on actually experiencing them.
Exactly.
This raises a big question.
What's that?
What experiences in our lives could evoke that feeling of awe more often?
That's a good question.
And it's probably different for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
For some, it might be gazing at the stars on a clear night.
Yeah.
For others, it might be attending a live concert
Mm-hmm.
or watching a breathtaking performance. Or maybe it's just taking the time to appreciate the everyday miracles that we often take for granted,
Right?
like the way a flower blooms
Oh, I love that.
or a child's laughter.
Those are good ones.
Awe doesn't have to be something grand or extraordinary.
I agree.
It can be found in the simplest of things
We really can.
if we just open our hearts and minds to it.
I love that.
This is all so fascinating.
I know, right?
But you know what I'm really curious about?
Okay, what is it?
This whole Nixon thing the piece mentions.
Oh, yeah, Nixon.
I mean, doing nothing intentionally
I know.
in today's world
It's wild.
sounds scandalous.
Totally.
Tell me about Nixon.
It's a Dutch concept
Okay.
that's gaining popularity as a sort of antidote
Interesting.
to our always-on culture.
Makes sense.
It's the art of intentionally doing nothing.
Whoa.
No agenda, no goals.
So just being,
Just pure, unadulterated downtime.
I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling calmer just thinking about it.
Me too.
But seriously,
Yeah,
is it even possible to do nothing
that's a good question.
in a world that demands so much from us?
It might seem counterintuitive,
Okay.
but research from BMC Public Health suggests that regular breaks,
Yeah.
even short ones,
Even short ones.
are crucial
Mhm.
for our creativity,
Oh.
focus,
Hmm.
and overall well-being.
Interesting.
When we allow ourselves to simply be
Right.
without any pressure to produce or achieve, our minds can wander,
I can see that.
make new connections,
Yeah.
and come up with fresh ideas.
So taking time to just chill isn't lazy.
Right.
It's actually a productivity hack.
You got it.
This changes everything.
It does.
It's about recognizing that our minds,
yes.
just like our bodies,
Exactly.
need time to rest and recharge.
They do.
This is revolutionary.
I know, right?
Okay, I've talked about beauty, time perception, nature, awe, and even the art of doing nothing.
Right.
I'm already feeling like I need a nap. But there's so much more to unpack from this piece.
There is.
Stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive,
Okay.
where we'll explore even more life-changing ideas
I can't wait.
and get into some real-life tips for incorporating life is beautiful and I have time
Yes.
into our everyday lives.
I'm excited.
You won't want to miss it.
Definitely not. Welcome back to the deep dive, where we're exploring how to actually make life more beautiful and how to feel like we have more time.
In the last part, we talked about beauty being more than skin deep,
Yeah.
time being a bit of an illusion,
Right.
and the magic of nature walks for our stress level.
Absolutely.
Oh, and who could forget Nixon? Permission to just be.
I know. It's revolutionary.
How amazing is that?
So amazing.
And then this part,
Yeah.
I think we should address the elephant in the room.
Okay. What's that?
Relationships.
Ah, yes.
We're social creatures.
We are.
And I think a lot of us secretly crave connection.
We do.
Tell me about it. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, a bubble bath with a glass of wine is great.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't exactly cure loneliness, does it?
No, it doesn't.
This piece actually, but what about caring for others?
Right?
Is there any benefit to putting ourselves out there, even if it feels a bit risky?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay,
Science says kindness is contagious.
what?
Studies in science advances have shown that doing something nice for someone else,
Yeah,
even a small gesture.
like holding the door open for someone
Exactly.
or letting someone go ahead of you in line at the grocery store.
Yes, those little things.
I love those.
Actually boosts serotonin levels
Okay,
in both the giver and the receiver.
wait, so it's like a double dose of happiness?
You got it.
I love that. But let's be real.
Okay.
In a world where everyone seems to be out for themselves,
Right.
isn't kindness a bit naive?
That's a valid question.
I mean, we're often told to prioritize ourselves,
Yeah.
set boundaries, protect our energy.
Right, right.
But what if,
Yeah.
in doing so,
Mm-hmm.
we've lost sight of the simple joy of giving?
That's a good point.
Maybe true self-care includes caring for others,
I like that.
even in small ways.
I think so too.
Speaking of things that are good for us,
Yeah.
this piece also talks about gratitude.
Oh, gratitude.
Everyone says we should practice it,
Mm-hmm.
but does it actually work?
Gratitude isn't just a feel-good buzzword.
Okay.
Research published in Neuroimage shows that a regular gratitude practice can literally rewire your brain.
Okay, hold the phone.
I know, it's crazy.
Rewire my brain. How does that even work?
Our brains are incredibly adaptable.
They are.
And gratitude
Yes.
strengthens specific neural pathways
Okay.
associated with positive emotions, resilience, and well-being.
That makes sense.
The benefits are mind-blowing.
Like what?
Improved sleep,
Wow.
less stress,
I need that.
better mental health,
Okay.
and even physical well-being.
So if it's this powerful,
Yeah.
this simple,
It is
and literally free,
literally free.
why aren't we all doing it?
That's the million-dollar question.
I know, right?
Maybe we overthink it.
Maybe.
We think gratitude has to be some grand gesture.
Yeah, that's true.
But really, it can be as simple as noticing the small joys in our everyday lives.
Like appreciating a warm cup of coffee in the morning or good hair day.
Yes. Or maybe it's acknowledging the people in our lives who make us smile.
Right.
Or simply the fact that we woke up healthy and breathing today.
These are the kinds of reminders we need in a world that's constantly telling us we need more, more, more.
It is so true.
But this piece doesn't just stop at these big ideas.
No, it doesn't.
It actually gives us some practical tips
Oh, good.
for bringing life is beautiful and I have time
Yeah.
into our daily lives.
Awesome.
Are you ready to get actionable?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
The first one is a classic,
Okay.
but for good reason.
What is it?
Start a gratitude journal.
I love that one.
I've heard this a million times,
Right.
but I've always been a bit skeptical.
Yeah.
Does just writing down a few things you're grateful for actually make a difference?
Research says yes.
Really?
This simple act can shift your focus to the positive,
Okay.
boost your mood,
I like that.
and even help you sleep better.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a try.
Right.
What else is on the list?
Tip number 2 is another one we touched on earlier.
Okay.
Take a daily walk in nature,
Love it.
but here's the key.
What's that?
Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine,
Yeah, okay.
even if it's just for 20 minutes.
I can totally see how that could be a game changer.
I agree.
Just stepping away from the screens, breathing fresh air, and connecting with the natural world.
Right?
It's like a mini vacation for your mind.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be a strenuous hike, a
Yeah.
stroll around your neighborhood,
Yeah.
a visit to a local park. Even just sitting under a tree for a few minutes
I love that.
can make a world of difference.
Okay, gratitude journal,
Yes.
nature walks. What's next?
Tip number 3 is all about being intentional, about seeking out experiences that evoke awe.
So like planning a trip to see the Northern Lights
That would be amazing.
or finally watching that documentary about space exploration has been on my list forever.
Those are great ideas.
Okay.
But remember, awe can be found in the everyday, too.
Right.
It might be attending a local art exhibit,
Yeah.
listening to a moving piece of music,
Mm-hmm.
or simply watching a breathtaking sunset.
I love that.
It doesn't have to be expensive or time-consuming.
Right.
It's about being present and open to the beauty that surrounds us.
I agree.
Tip number 4 is another one that's easy to implement,
Okay.
but often overlooked.
What is it?
Practice deep breathing or meditation.
Oh, yeah. Meditation.
I'm all about a good meditation app.
Me too.
But honestly, sometimes even 5 minutes feels impossible.
I know.
Is it really that important? Even a few minutes of focused breathing
Yeah.
can have a profound impact on your nervous system,
Okay.
reducing anxiety and bringing you back to the present moment.
Okay. I'm convinced.
Good.
Deep breaths. Here I come.
I love it.
What's tip number 5?
This one is fun.
Okay.
Create a Life is Beautiful playlist.
Oh, tell me more about that.
We talked about the power of music earlier,
We did.
and this is about curating a collection of songs
Okay.
that uplift and inspire you.
Oh, I love this. It's like creating a soundtrack for your life.
Exactly.
I could already imagine myself dancing around my kitchen to my Life is Beautiful playlist while I cook dinner.
I love it. It's about incorporating beauty and joy into the everyday.
I like that.
Okay, so we've got gratitude journaling,
Yes.
nature walks, awe-inspiring experiences,
Yes.
deep breathing,
Right.
and a kick-ass playlist.
This is great.
I'm feeling more energized already.
Me too. What else do we have?
This one might be a challenge for some of us,
Okay.
but it's crucial.
Let's hear it.
Unplug for at least 1 hour each day.
Ugh, I knew this one was coming.
I know, it's a tough one.
I mean, I love my phone as much as the next person,
I get it.
but I know deep down that I need to disconnect more.
It's not easy, but the benefits are worth it.
Like what?
Stepping away from technology reduces overstimulation,
Right.
improves sleep, and allows you to connect with yourself and the world around you in a more meaningful way.
So put down the phone,
Yeah.
close the laptop,
Uh-huh.
and just be present in the moment.
Exactly.
It's simple, yet so profound.
It is.
All right, what's the next tip?
Tip number 7 is all about creating small moments of joy
Okay.
throughout your day.
I like that.
The piece calls them mini moments.
Mini moments, cute.
Those little things that bring a smile to your face.
Like savoring a delicious meal,
Oh, yeah.
taking a hot bath,
Yeah.
or finally getting around to reading that book you've been wanting to dive into.
Exactly. It's about being intentional about incorporating those little luxuries into your life.
I like that.
It's like a little reminder to slow down and appreciate the good things.
Especially when life gets busy and overwhelming.
Exactly.
Okay, what's tip number 8?
Tip number 8 is to dedicate at least 1 hour each week to a hobby.
I am all about this one.
EQ.
Hobbies are so important for our creativity and mental well-being.
I agree.
Whether it's painting, writing, gardening,
Yeah.
or learning a new language.
So many good ones.
Having something you're passionate about outside of work and responsibilities
Right?
can bring so much joy to life.
It really can.
It's about finding something that lights you up and gives you a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment.
Absolutely. Okay, we're on a roll here. What's next?
Tip number 9 is to initiate deeper conversations.
Oh, interesting.
We talked about the importance of relationships earlier.
We did.
And this is about taking those connections to a deeper level.
I see.
So instead of just small talk,
Yeah.
it's about asking meaningful questions,
Right.
being vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
and really listening to what the other person has to say.
Exactly. It's about creating space for authentic connection.
I like that. And what's the final tip?
And finally, tip number 10 is to end your day reflecting on beauty.
I love this.
It's like the opposite of doom scrolling before bed.
I know, right?
The idea is to take a few minutes before you drift off to sleep
Okay.
to recall one beautiful moment from your day.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything,
Yeah.
from a stunning sunset
Oh, yeah.
to a kind gesture from a stranger to a moment of shared laughter with a loved one.
What a beautiful way to end the day on a positive note.
I think so too.
Okay, I have to say, these 10 tips are incredibly inspiring.
They are, and the best part is you don't have to do them all at once.
Oh, good.
Just pick one or two that resonate with you and start there.
That's the key.
What is it?
Small steps,
Yeah.
consistency,
Mm-hmm.
and celebrating the progress along the way.
Well said. But our deep dive isn't over just yet.
Okay.
Join us for the final part, where we'll wrap up our exploration of, actually, life is beautiful and I have time, and leave you with some final thoughts to carry with you on your journey to a more beautiful and fulfilling life.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been on quite a journey exploring this idea that life really can be beautiful, and we do have the time to savor it.
Yeah, it's been an eye-opening conversation for sure.
From the science of beauty and time perception
Right.
to the power of nature,
Mm-hmm.
Nixon,
Yes.
music,
Oh, yeah.
reflection,
Yeah.
relationships,
Right.
kindness,
Absolutely.
and gratitude. We've covered a lot of ground.
So much good stuff.
And in this final part, I want to bring it all together.
Okay, sounds good.
Remember at the beginning when we were talking about that feeling of always being rushed like we're on a hamster wheel?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Like we never have enough time.
Right.
We're constantly chasing our tail.
It's exhausting.
It really is.
And this piece really challenges us to shift that mindset,
I'm ready for a shift.
to see that the beauty and abundance we crave are often right in front of us.
That's a good point. We're so busy looking for happiness somewhere else
Exactly.
that we miss the joy that's already present in our lives.
It's like we're looking for our keys that are right there in our hand.
That's a great analogy.
I'll try.
Actually, life is beautiful, and I have time reminds us that we have more agency than we realize.
It's empowering.
We can choose to focus on the beauty around us,
Right.
to savor the present moment,
Yes.
to cultivate gratitude for what we have.
It's a choice.
And it's not about becoming some Zen master who never feels stressed or rushed.
Of course not. We're all human.
It's about incorporating small, intentional practices into our lives
Right. Little things that make a big difference.
that help us to reframe our perspective
Yeah,
and experience more joy,
I love that.
even amidst the chaos.
Exactly. Finding those moments of calm in the storm.
It's about finding those moments of awe in the everyday,
Right.
nurturing our relationships, being kind to ourselves and others,
Definitely.
remembering to just breathe.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah. And maybe even embracing a little Nixon every now and then.
Nixon is a game changer for sure.
It really is. This piece is a call to action.
It is.
It asks us, what small step can you take today to infuse your life with more beauty and presence?
What a beautiful question.
I love that it's not about making drastic changes overnight.
Nope. Small steps.
It's about those tiny shifts in perspective,
Yeah.
those little acts of self-care and kindness
That's that.
that add up to a more beautiful and fulfilling life.
It's about recognizing that we have the power to create the life we want.
Right, it's all about choices.
One intentional choice at a time.
And some days will be easier than others.
Oh, for sure.
There will be times when we fall back into old patterns,
I know. I've been there.
when we feel stressed and overwhelmed and forget to appreciate the good.
It happens to the best of us.
But that's okay.
It's part of the process.
It's all part of the journey.
The key is to keep coming back to those practices that nourish us,
Right. The things that fill our cup.
that remind us of what truly matters.
To keep reminding ourselves that life is beautiful.
And we do have time. So beautifully said.
Well, I think that brings us to the end of our deep dive into actually life is beautiful and I have time. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired.
Me too. It's a good reminder that we have more control over our experience of life than we often realize,
It really is.
and that even small changes can make a big difference.
Absolutely. So to our listeners, we leave you with this question. What small step will you take today to make your life a little more beautiful?
Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery.
It's been a pleasure.
Remember, life is beautiful and you have time.
Now go out there and make the most of it.